guys and girls, how's it going, and welcome back to another episode of Crash Landing with myself, Lewis. Hope you're brilliant, having yourself a great day as always. I am just doing the general chores around the place. You generally don't get to see this. This is a rare experience, seeing me doing the general chores. But someone's got to do it. So I've been just kind of tinkering with things really between this and the last episode. I made another trip to the city, which was kind of fun. And between that, I've managed to get a few more bits. You can see my smeltery is looking a little bit nicer now. I've done some quests, and there are a few quests that actually give you some more smeltery bricks, which is kind of nice. So we've got that. That's all set up and good to go now. And I've put my lava attached to it, and it's working just fine. I made some casts, which are good. You can see I got the cast here for a broad axe. It's because I've made myself an alumite lumber axe, which is very nice. I completely forgot that it actually does 3 blocks at a time. I thought originally it did the whole thing, but it only does 3, so it's not too bad, I guess. 3 is better than 1 at a time, I guess. And I've also made myself all these bits and bobs here. Well, I haven't really made these. Most of these came from the city that we looted. Yes, we pillaged the city and grabbed most of these things. But I didn't grab this. I made this. I did grab this, actually, yeah. But the UV light box, I needed to get myself some circuit boards. And I set all this up, which is kind of cool, so that we can now go ahead and automate the circuit boards. And these guys are just so cool. Like, you can get one of these empty PCBs. And we need these for pretty much everything related to thermal expansion. So we need a fair few of them. But you place these guys in here. And look at this little guy go. This little assembly IO unit just wiggles its way in there, grabs itself a little piece of plastic, throws it on the deck, and then this guy goes and booms it with its laser, and then this one just takes it away. See? That's so cool, isn't it? Look at him doing his thing. He's pretty slow. He's not the fastest of machines, but he gets the job done, so I'm pretty happy with that. And that's got me a few of these, and then we can add some transistors and capacitors to get the printed circuit board that we need for a lot of that. So that's pretty much what I've been doing, just quest lining pretty much. I wanted to start working on my dome, but I'm gonna not do it just yet because I haven't really got the materials for it. Like, I would like to, but I just haven't got them there. If I show you out here what I've been doing, you'll see what I'm talking about. But this one over here is going to where we're going to put all of our trees to start with. And we've got this. So this is going to be the size of it. I think it's a good size. It's going to require a lot of materials. So that's why I want to wait until I've got my thermal expansion setup made. I'm using a building guide to be able to do this from OpenBlock. If you don't have to make one of those, they're really cheap. It's just glass with a torch. And then you can extend and detract the sides and the top and the bottom and whatnot by touching the sides. If you shift and right click, you can change the mode from like cylindrical to like an octagon and stuff. But that's how you do it. And then you can follow the guide to be able to make it so that it's perfectly balanced in every way. Symmetrical is simplicity and perfectness. Perfectness? Is that even a word? Probably. It is now. But there we go. That's what I have been up to. So today we're going to be going through the quest line. I want to get some more quests done. It's pretty much that. I think this guy's now finished. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to pop another one in there because I want to try and get as many of these made as I can. Let's get another one. Pop it in the chest. We should probably put both of them in there, but hey ho. So let's have a look at where we've got up to. So inside here on basic survival, I've done a fair few more of these now. The ones that I need to do are power underwhelming. We've got ramping up, and we've now got access to getting chilly, which is quite an important one as well. The other thing that I did is I did take a wander around as well, and I managed to do the quest line for finding the thing to find the downed ship, and I did it by mistake. I didn't even realise I did it. But when you go out there, you can actually find these giant, like, volcano things, and they're filled with mobs, so I didn't really want to go in it. But going near it and kind of wandering around it made this thing come around, which means I can now get myself an SPAMR launcher. That's kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, and I get some get a sync core, a machine frame, alumite sword. So when you actually start, I would actually suggest to quickly run to that place and run back, because if you do it, you get a sync core, and that would really help you out. Like, if I had a sync core a lot earlier, I wouldn't have had to worry about getting all the materials and getting the ender pearl to be able to make the sync chamber that I have in there now. We could have done it so much earlier, so that's kind of cool, I guess. Except for that, under pressure is practically done now. I just made my tools of the trade. I've just got the upgrades and the under more pressure so that we can convert the RF into MJs and use that as steam pressure. That's another way of doing that. That guy just finishing up. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, but it's going alright, I think. We're doing well. We're just a little bit strapped for space, but I'm sure we'll be able to sort that out soon once we start getting our domes made, because they're going to look insane. That's going to be the smallest of the domes. I want big domes filled with big things. It's going to be nice. So let's do one of these quests, I think. We're going to go with basic survival, and we're going to make ourselves a power... We're going to make this one, I think, the ender generator, because I want to get some power inside this redstone energy cell that we made, and I made another 2 of these survivalist generators, and they have barely scraped the sides. Like, sure, they make a little bit, but they don't make much. Like, 5 RF between those times is nothing, really. Like, half an hour of 5 RF is just nothing, so, and it's barely filled up. So we're going to make one of those. Now, we need a load of ender pearls. I've luckily got a load of ender pearls, because I found some in the city, which is nice. And we need a few other bits. So have a look. We need to make an ender generator. And then we're going to get cracking with some of the thermal expansion bits now that we've got the access to do that. We do need a PRCLX100, so we need some plastic sheets. And some redstone. And we need to go get one of our printed circuit boards. Because like I said, we need those for practically everything when it comes to high-end machinery. And there are different types of the PRC circuit boards that we need, and some of them are more expensive than others. So we'll grab you. And we need a load of these, so we might as well just make a ton to get ourselves going. And then we can use all those for the basic machines to start with. So we need one of these, which is this guy, which is going to make 4 of them, because we're going to need loads of them, might as well. And then we need our ender pearls, we need redstone and a furnace. That's fine. Let's quickly get a little bit of this stuff, some blaze powder, make some eyes of ender. Cool, cool. And we need a furnace. And what else do we need? Furnace and 2 bits of redstone. Good times. I should have some in here. Yes. Have we got a furnace? No. It's alright, we can make one. Good stuff. So I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. I am having a load of fun with it. It's really, it's an enjoyable pack. It's not too grindy, which is one thing that I really like. Like, you always get these ones that are just a grind-a-thon, and luckily this isn't really one of those, I don't think. That's weird how that didn't shift-click in there. I thought that would have. Maybe not. Alright, let's put that in there. And these guys, that, and poof. 1 ender generator. Very nice. Let's see how this does. But yeah, I've been having a load of fun with this pack, and it's just not amazingly grindy, which is kind of cool. Like, you can pot around and do your thing. The problem with things like Blood and Bones and Agrarian Skies is they get to a point where it's like, make 1,000,000 of these one things, and it gets just boring. Whereas this isn't like that. Look at that, 80 RF over 21 minutes. Yes, please. That can go in there and do its thing. That's actually a fair bit, that is. That's cool. I like that. Cool, cool. And have we still got that quest that allows us to get more of those? Was there a repeatable quest for Night Fright? No, that's not repeatable. Oh, fair enough. The other one's to make the reactant dynamos, which I do actually really want to do soon, because this is going to sort out all our power needs. But we can do that by making a grinder and a reactant dynamo, and then if we make like a room, throw a grinder in there, because a grinder can grind a semi-decent area, we can get loads of mobs from that, and then we can use the mob juice to power the reactant dynamos. And they make a fairly decent amount, which is kind of good, so that's the next plan once we're fed up with this ender generator, but that should work for some time. So let's have a look at this now. So we need a leadstone flux capacitor and a water bottle. And we should be able to do this. Let's have a look. Have a look. Yes, one of those. And a water bottle. Thank you very much. Right, let's manual submit. Oh, I need 4 of those. Okay. Get another 3. There we go. Claim our rewards. Good times. I'm going to eat some of this. I'm back on the juices at the minute because I'm trying to reset all of the other stuff that I've been snacking on while we've been away. These fruit punches are yummy. We're in a desert. Having a fruit punch must be like the best thing you can possibly have. Let's quickly fill up our camel pack as well before we forget to do that. There we go. Get a bit of water in there. Do it all the way. Why not? Good stuff. Alright, so now that we got this, we can make ourselves our first thermal expansion machine, yes. And this will do one of the quest lines for us, which is kind of cool. So this is going to be a glacial perceptor. So we need this, we need a machine frame, and the machine frames are what need all of the PRC LX100s to be able to do that. We also need some Invar, we need some Electrum, and some glass. Cool, cool. So that's going to do that. Oh, it seems to be the PRC doesn't like to be shift-clicked. That's what it is. Alright, well, we can do it like this. So those guys like that, and then our electrum. I'm going to need some more invar soonish, because I'm going to make some more machines, but that's fine. So there's our machine frame. Then we need our snow, we need a piston, so let's make a piston. We'll get some more of you. Get one bit of this. Good stuff. We've got redstone, we have, and iron. I think we're set. Right, let's make a piston. Bam. And we need some copper and gold and redstone. Oh, let's have a sleep. No, no, no. I want to sleep. Let me sleep. Thank you. Trusty sleeping bag saves the day once again. It's those gas. I don't want those gas coming out. I don't mind all the other guys, but I don't want the gas coming out. Alright, so. All the guys are going to die. Good stuff. So, that. And this gives us one of those. And then some copper will give us a glacial preceptor. Yes. So now we can get snow, which is very nice. Now, I do believe we need to put water in there, but that's going to be fine. And where should I actually put this? Because this is kind of a little bit awkward, isn't it? Maybe if we move you, and we could have them along here. If I break this, does it lose its charge? This one was running, wasn't it? Well, I guess that one. Yeah, that one was running because I had a piece of coal in it. So it looks like breaking it does do that. So I don't really want to break it. So for the time being, let's just pop it here. And we'll set this to output so we can get some power in here. Is that not output? I thought that would output. No? Do you not want to work? Input? I guess we need stuff in there for it to actually do its stuff. I guess. Let's get a bucket of water and give it a try. I'm going to have a bucket of water. And we'll give this a go. See if this makes some stuff for us. It's going to be really cool to get this because now we can make actual smoothies, which are lovely. So, poof. There we go. We've got some water. But it doesn't... Oh. There we go. That'll be it. That'll be why. That gets me every time. Okay. Right. So we can do that. And that's going to make snowballs for us. Nice. And we can actually go ahead and use these now to make ourselves some smoothies, I believe. Let's do that and that. And let's get some strawberries. And bam. Oh, yes. That's going to be very yummy. Cool beans. And we can use that for making things like, we can use it to make ice cream and a few other things. So that's kind of cool, I guess. That's going to do its thing. Nice. So the next thing that I want to make now, but I think we can hand in a quest after that. So like, yeah, iceberg, make a glacial perceptor, gives us a high golem. Nice. And some cold water balls. Sweet. Alright, I'll take all of those. You guys can go in here. Like that. And I'm going to put my golem egg in there for the time being, but we'll use that very soon. Let's get rid of you and that staff. And you can go in there. Alright. So we're getting close to being done here. We have got this one to hand in as well. Gives us some ender pearls and some hardened energy conduits. Very nice. We'll pop you back in there. Alright. So what else have we got to do now? There isn't really too much else for us to do. Under pressure is fairly sorted. This is a repeatable quest, so although it's flashing, it's something that can be done 4 days, which is good. And every time we do that, that gets us a PCB blueprint, which is nice as well. So the next thing really is we can carry on working through basic survival. I think that's going to be one way to do it. We could try and make these guys get a grinder and a reactor dynamo made. But I think before we do that, I want to make myself a couple more machines with our PRCs. Yes, we're going to make ourselves a couple of thermal expansion machines. So let's make ourselves... So we can do this. Let's make a redstone furnace. Get that guy out of the way. That's going to be the first thing. So let's make one of these. There we go. Oh, we're going to need some more invar as well, aren't we? Oh, I think the first thing I'm actually going to make is going to be a pulverizer. Because a pulverizer will be better for the invar. It means I haven't got to keep doing it this way. So if we get some iron and we pop it in there and start grinding this up, get ourselves some more invar, and then we'll make these guys. Alright, so I got my invar together now. Let's make these. We're going to make 2 of these because we need 2 of them, so we might as well. There we go. So there's 1. And this is going to be the last of our PRCs. So let's make this one. There we go. Good stuff. So now we can make our pulverizer and our furnace. Pulverizer is going to be the first one that I'm going to make. So we've got iron, we've got redstone. We need some of that and some of those. Good stuff. Let's make one of these. There we go. And we need 2 flint. We need some more gold. Going to need probably a couple of those. So let's take 2 of these. Good stuff. And we need copper. And we need flint. Let's go get some flint. Cool. And this is going to be great because this is going to allow me to sort out my issue with all the glass that I need, because we can keep pulverizing it down, which is going to be really handy. Alright, so let's make this guy. So we need you. I wonder if I can just throw all this in here. It should work. Yeah, there we go. Good stuff. And what do I need for this? I need some bricks. Now, I did do a quest that got me some bricks, which is good, so we can use those. And bam. So we got 1 furnace and 1 pulverizer. Good to go. Let's grab some leadstone. I don't really want to use my hardened ones just yet. They kind of seem a little bit important, don't they? Even though they're not, because we've got a lot of we've got so many resources now that we don't really have to worry about it too much. It is still kind of important. So let's get our crescent hammer. There we go. And you know what? We'll just change this around a little bit. Let's have these coming out of the top. Like that. And then the first one we'll have will be our glacial perceptor. Actually, do you want our glacial perceptor? I think I prefer my pulverizer first. Yeah. Put pulverizer there. We'll put our glacial perceptor there and our redstone guy there. That can go there. And let's move our barrel out of the way, because we don't really want that there. We can't see what's in it, so we might as well move it. I'll get my dolly. And we'll give this a move just over to the other side, which would be cool. There we are. We can't put it there because of those, but we can pop it over here. So we'll pop it there, and that will work just fine. Cool. Alright, so it looks like these are now filling up with power, which is nice. We're making a fairly decent amount because of the ender generator and the amount that's stored in there. But we can now start using the pulverizer for all the things that we need to do. So I can grab my cobblestone, and I can start doing this. I'm going to turn that off because I don't want it to go in there just yet. But I can change it as well, so that if we get a guy from over here, let's get a strongbox. And we'll pop it on this side of it. There we go. And it's going to make gravel and sand for us. How cool is that? Another thing that we can do with this now is, because we're getting this gravel and sand, we can link it up directly with our autonomous activator. So maybe if we make another one of these and we have it shipping all of the stuff into there from the cobble, because we can have 2 separate cobble barrels, couldn't we? We can have 1 barrel that goes to the autonomous and 1 barrel, well, 1 goes to an autonomous activator via the pulverizer, and then another pulverizer to just give me the stuff that I want. And with the sand, that can go into our redstone furnace, and bam, we should be able to get all the good stuff. If I put one of these under here, let's do this. Let's grab a chest and pop it underneath. Oh, we need to have a sleep. It's getting a bit nasty outside. Let's have a quick sleep. But yeah, if we pop it underneath, then we can get that all going in there as well. So, very basic thermal expansion stuff, but stuff that's going to be really, really handy, I think. Or running a little bit low on water as well. So let's pop that under there. And then if I set this like this, what comes out the top? I think it's sand that comes out this side. Gravel comes out of there. Oh man, I can't do that because it's... Wow, that's awkward. Let's break this. Oh, it makes concrete. Ah, alright. Well, that's kind of handy. I wonder what we can do with concrete. I guess it's just really strong, maybe. That's kind of cool. But yeah, that's going to make concrete if we do it that way. And at the minute everything else is going in here. Well, that's kind of cool, I guess. Let's change this into a strong box. If we get some, I believe it's tin, I think, to change it into a strong box. I can't remember. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. Good stuff. Alright. So, when this gets made, let's turn this side off. There we go. So the top side can be red, which will go into that one. And then the bottom side, or the yellow, can go over to our furnace. Pop this under here. I think we can still open it. One with a strong box. We can. Good, good, good. And then anything else that we get that's a byproduct, which will be the sand, should be able to go into here and get turned into a glass. Oh, yes. Nice, nice, nice. So that can go in there. And we can just leave that now. So that should give me a decent amount of sand. Oh, we got so much backed up stuff. Oh, am I thirsty? I'm getting a bit thirsty. But yeah, with that, that's kind of cool, I guess. It's so simple, but it's just going to be really nice to have some gravel and some glass automated for us. It's going to be so nice. It's one thing that I've wanted for ages now, so that's going to work beautifully. Let's grab all those, pop those in there. Good stuff. I got some cold water because I think I'm a little bit warm. Yeah, let's take. There we go. Good stuff. Look at that, threw us right up. So I'm going to leave that to let it do its thing. Get us a load of gravel. This can all now go straight inside here, because gravel's good because that gives us emeralds, diamonds and the like, and I'm not really too worried about automatically changing that around. If we get another autonomous activator, we can put my diamond hammer in there, and that will bash all the stuff for us, and we can just use another thing to do all of that. So that's one way of doing it. Another thing that I want to change around as well is this big monstrosity, because we don't need this anymore now, because we've got an ender pearl and we've got our obsidian. We can make ourselves a I've completely forgot the name of it now, a certain type of hopper. There we go, a vacuum hopper. Now we can make one of those, and that will pick up the stuff for us, so we don't need any of this water here anymore, so that's going to save some space. But I'm just going to leave it, and I'm going to wait for glass, because that's really the thing that I'm after, I think. Loads and loads of glass. I might even change this round so that we have certain areas go to different places, like, because we could, when this gravel gets done into gravel, we can have it go into another pulverizer to make that into more sand for us. But I think that's going to work fairly nicely. Let's have a look in here, see if there is really anything else that we can do to finish off. The grinder and the reactant dynamo, I think they're going to take some more of those things. So let's have a look at the grinder. One grinder. Yes, that's going to need a machine frame. And then the reactant dynamo is going to require a PRC LX100 logic expansion as well. So we're going to need a fair few more of those, I think. But that's going to be that for today's episode, I believe, guys. It's a quick one, but we've just gone around. We've, we've done the bits that need to be done. Things are looking good. Now I can get back to my general daily grind and try and get this dome made before we can move on to some of the other quest lines. They're a little bit more interesting, I think, but still going to be pretty fun. It's going to be good. Although I think I got a fairly decent amount of stuff in here now. Yeah, maybe we can play with the air cannon a little bit. That should be fun. Cool beans. Alright guys, well I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, make sure you drop a like, and if you're new to the channel, I urge you to subscribe for some more awesome content. Hopefully in the next episode I'll have most of the dome done. I'm going to spend a good few hours trying to get all that finished up. I'm going to change this around a little bit, maybe get some more PRC logic boards so that I can make a decent thermal expansion set up. But in the next episode I think we're going to work on getting the mob grinding area set up so that we can get some of the, we can get a load of power from the reactant dynamos. That's really going to be good. It's going to sort us out loads, so I'm excited for that. But there we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Have yourself a great day. Have a good one, as always, and goodbye.